What's this?
First harvest olive oil.
There's like a season for olive oil now?
These oils were just olives on the tree last week.
Okay,
So this is the healthiest, most flavorful extra virgin available anywhere right now. Polyphenols through the roof.
Poly what?
The compounds that make olive oil so healthy.
And these have a lot of poly doodads?
Now you're getting it.
Does smell pretty great.
I know. That's what I want to tell them about. So go. They're waiting.
They? Oh, them?
Yeah. Hey, I need that. Finally, lovely people, I want to introduce you to olive oil so special that it's only available in limited amounts once a year. You won't find it in your grocery stores, but I'll tell you a trusted source where you can get it. And by the way, this video is not sponsored by anyone. But let's start by looking at what first harvest olive oil actually is. In Italy, they call them nuovos or novellos, but traditionally, this was olive oil enjoyed only by olive farmers and their families. They would take a pitcher and literally stick it under the olive oil as it came out, freshly crushed, while still cloudy and wildly fragrant. I actually got to experience this when I was filming in southern Spain, and I will tell you, it is life-changing. It's a flavor experience you will forever be chasing. Lucky for you, you don't have to buy a plane ticket to get this experience. Now, first, I want to clarify what makes First Harvest different from the olive oil these same premium producers make later in the season. The olives pressed at First Harvest are the very first olives on the tree to mature. They're mature, but not yet ripe. See, as olives ripen, they turn from green to purple to black, and they also lose their potency. But when the olives are still green, their flavor is at its most intense, and that intensity is directly linked to health. Let me explain. The peppery finish that you often taste in early harvest olive oil indicates the presence of antioxidants called polyphenols. The higher the polyphenols, the healthier the olive oil, which makes first harvest olive oil the healthiest of all because it's made with green olives at their highest polyphenol count. And so this is some of the healthiest extra virgin olive oil anywhere in the world right now. And I do mean now, because this is the time when most olive regions are pressing their first olives. Some of these really were milled just a few days ago and then air-shipped to me. So let's have a taste and talk about what makes each one so special. I want to start with one of my absolute favorite varieties, picual. By the way, did you know that there are literally hundreds of olive varieties, each with their own unique flavor? Picual is famous for its high polyphenols and peppery zing at whatever time it's harvested. So I'm itching to open this one. There is another reason why I'm excited about this bottle. It's from Nobleza del Sur, and that's where I first tasted oil fresh from the mill. We featured them as part of our big episode on how extra virgin is made in Andalusia. Lola's family goes back centuries in the olive orchards. Let's try it. Yeah, getting that sort of grassy, I'm getting tomato leaf. Yeah, like big herbaceous flavors. It doesn't overpower you with the bitterness. It's so balanced. I really, really like this one. There comes the zing right at the end, right at the back of the throat. This does pack a punch. It has a polyphenol count over 740. For your reference, counts over 500 milligrams are considered extremely high, really punchy, and of course, super healthy. Now, one thing I want to stress is that not all first harvest is going to blow the roof off your mouth. Some varieties, like arbequina, are just naturally smoother and lower in intensity, like this Calivirgin. As you can probably guess from the name, it's from California, and it's produced from arbequina olives. You can see that arbequina has a more golden color rather than the bright green of the picual. Let's try it. That's really nice with my sourdough. It's milder, it's buttery, it doesn't have as many bitter compounds. This is the kind of olive oil you can really pour over everything. Now, you'll notice that it's got a bit of that cloudiness, tiny particles of olives. This oil hasn't been filtered at all. It really embodies that fresh from the mill experience. Now, you may also be wondering why so many of these oils are in clear glass. You all know from my extra virgin tips and myths video that exposure to sunlight is one of the fastest ways to degrade olive oil. Typically, you want olive oil in a dark glass bottle and you want to keep it away from heat and light. Well, first harvest olive oils are a different class entirely. They're meant to be enjoyed immediately. It's that singular experience of eating it, drinking it, devouring it straight from the mill. Also, producers want to show off how green their olive oil is. This is like precious stuff. See, making this kind of extra virgin is a bit of a trade-off for them. Green olives don't yield nearly as much olive oil as ripe olives. They're also more difficult to shake from the tree, and it's why premium first harvest olive oil frankly costs more. But the taste is like nothing else. So a clear glass bottle says, look what we've made. This is a celebration as much as anything. Case in point is this Oro del Desierto, another picual, but these olives are grown in an oasis in the desert of Almeria. Look how green that is. It's practically glowing. This is typical of picual. It's kind of known for its brilliant emerald color. Let's see how this first harvest tastes. Oh, wow. Okay. These are both picuals. This one it's the bitter compounds come to you right away, right at the front. Wow. I know that the polyphenols in this are in the high 700s. And that makes sense for olives grown in a drier climate. See, weather and environment also affect the flavor and intensity of an oil. That's why premium extra virgin changes from year to year. It's not a standardized product like the stuff in your grocery store. It's a true reflection of the crop in the year that it's grown. Now, most of these first harvest bottles are from Spain and Italy, but I want to show you one from Greece. This is Entelia, made from koroneiki olives grown on the island of Crete, and it's a great example of how first harvest is so different from olive oil made later in the season. Because remember, as the harvest progresses into winter, the olives continue to ripen and the flavors mellow. If you try Entelia later in the season, it's likely to be a well-balanced, medium-intensity oil with a polyphenol count in the high 400s. But this first harvest oil is a huge surprise. It has twice the amount of polyphenols, just shy of 800. Let's give it a shot. Love that crack of a new bottle. Oh, wow. It's like a spit. Has a good body to it. That one it has a good, woo, there it is. Woo! Wow, that is like such a roller coaster experience. First of all, in the mouth, it's got a density, a richness. And at first, I'm tasting sort of like fruit, maybe almonds. And then the next wave was that spice, that pepperiness. Wow. That's really special. I like that. By the way, don't bother looking for polyphenol counts on an olive oil bottle. It's not something producers list. But I'll tell you how I got these counts in just a minute. Okay, I've got something here that will really knock your socks off. This is Marina Palusci from Italy, and it has a polyphenol count over 1,000. That's almost unheard of. This oil comes from a variety of olive called dritta. It's barely grown outside of this one little region in Abruzzo, and it's known to have a super intense flavor, high, long-lasting polyphenols. I'm not even going to try this one until the end, just in case it gives me a little bit of a tickle. So stay tuned to see if I can even handle it. I love discovering lesser known olive varieties, so I really want to taste this one called Llágrimes del Canigó. It's produced from argudell olives in the northern part of Catalonia, where Spain borders France. Oh, wow. It's almost so sort of fennel-y. I love fennel. Wow, it's really distinctive flavor. Almost like raw artichoke. It's got a real density in the mouth. Really lovely. Now, these are just a few of the first harvest bottles coming to market right now. But let me tell you where you can get them. The source I recommend is Olive Oil Lovers. This is where I personally buy my premium olive oil. Before anyone says anything, no, they haven't paid me to say this. Again, this video is not sponsored. And no, these producers have not paid me to recommend their oils either. Olive Oil Lovers did send me these first harvest bottles to try. And you've actually met the owner right here on True Food TV. Joanne is a master olive oil taster, and she personally vets each and every producer that she carries on the ground, inside their mills, walking their groves. And that's important because trust and authenticity are top concerns when it comes to olive oil, right? If you're interested in polyphenols, Olive Oil Lovers lists the count for most of their first harvest oils. They call them novellos. Now, I've got links below to all the bottles here and also to a few more I couldn't get to in this video. Seriously, get them while you can. People in the know actually pre-order every year, and some novellos may already be sold out by the time you see this video. Now, I think it's finally time to taste that Marina Palusci. What do you say? Over 1,000 polyphenols. Wish me luck. They don't make it easy. I'm a little nervous. I am. Nice viscosity to it. Still getting those like sort of green grassy notes. Wow. Eyes are watering a little bit. Oh my God, that's like a sneak attack. Okay, so wow. In the beginning, you're just tasting like gorgeous, grassy herbs, like just very green, also quite fruity. And then it hits you right in the throat. I feel like if I took a shot of that every morning, I'd probably live forever.